decades, scientists believed that the adult brain was set in stone, unable to change or adapt after childhood. But modern neuroscience has shattered this myth. The brain, it turns out, is far more dynamic than we ever imagined. This remarkable ability to adapt and reorganize itself is called neuroplasticity. It means your brain can form new connections, strengthen old ones, and even reassign functions after injury or learning. Thanks to neuroplasticity, people can recover from strokes, learn new languages, or pick up new habits well into adulthood. However, while this flexibility is impressive, it's not without its limits. Understanding both the power and boundaries of neuroplasticity can help us make the most of our brain's potential. At its core, neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to change its structure and function in response to experience. Every time you learn something new, practice a skill, or recall a memory, your brain is physically changing. Neurons communicate through connections called synapses, and when two neurons frequently interact, their connection becomes stronger, a process known as synaptic strengthening. This is why habits form through repetition. Whether you're practicing piano or learning a new language, your brain is literally building and reinforcing pathways that make those actions easier over time. Neuroplasticity also involves synaptic pruning, where the brain removes connections that are no longer needed, keeping itself efficient and adaptable. One of the most fascinating aspects of neuroplasticity is how the brain can adapt after injury. When one area is damaged, such as after a stroke, other parts can sometimes take over its function. For example, if someone loses part of their motor cortex, nearby neurons may form new pathways to restore movement. Physical therapy plays a crucial role here, helping the brain reassign control through consistent practice and repetition. The same principle applies to sensory loss. People who are blind often develop stronger connections in brain regions related to hearing and touch. This adaptability offers hope for rehabilitation, but also highlights the importance of targeted stimulation and effort in guiding recovery. Neuroplasticity isn't just about healing, it's also about growth and learning. Every time you practice a skill, your brain fine-tunes the networks responsible for it. Musicians, for example, have larger and more active brain regions related to hand coordination and hearing. Bilingual individuals show denser gray matter in language areas, but neuroplasticity works both ways. Just as good habits strengthen helpful connections, bad habits reinforce unhelpful ones. Hours spent on social media can train your brain for quick, shallow attention, while multitasking fragments your focus. The brain doesn't judge what you repeat, it simply adapts. That's why mindfulness and conscious learning are so important. You're always training your brain, whether you realize it or not. While neuroplasticity is powerful, it's not limitless. Children's brains are especially adaptable, but as we age, plasticity slows down. Learning new things or forming new habits takes more effort and repetition. Severe brain damage can destroy neurons beyond repair, and not all plasticity is beneficial. Chronic pain and addiction can hijack these mechanisms, reinforcing harmful patterns. Still, you can encourage your brain to stay adaptable by learning new skills, getting enough sleep, exercising regularly, practicing mindfulness, and maintaining a healthy diet. These habits help your brain remain flexible, creative, and resilient, supporting growth and recovery throughout life. Tempting to see neuroplasticity as a magical way to reinvent yourself overnight, but real change takes time, consistency, and repetition. You can't just think your way into a new mindset. Change happens through action and practice. Overcoming anxiety, for example, requires retraining your brain's response to stress through exposure and mindfulness. Improving focus means building new study habits and sticking with them long enough for your brain to adjust. Neuroplasticity is not magic, it's work. But it's the kind of work that pays off, transforming both your mind and your life. Remember, your habits are your brain's blueprint, and you are the architect.